artists, creatives, and designers. Welcome to Dream Aloud Art, y'all. It's your girl, Electra, aka Dream Aloud Art. Woo, so good to be here with you. And most of y'all who have been following me for several years now, most of y'all know that I record my podcast in the morning, and I am actually doing that right now. And I have coffee this time. So I used to drink cacao. I mean, I still would. I just need to order it. Okay. It's like a special cacao. It's a special one. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like so special that it's special. You're like, it's so special. Anyway, it's a very special cacao. So I have to actually order it and all that good stuff. In the meantime, right now I have coffee. So as we continue, we're going to dive on into today's topic, y'all. But let me pause before we do. Shout out to Respect the Artist, y'all. Respect the Artist, in case some of y'all do not know. Check it out at respecttheartist.com. And that is who this episode is brought to you by. Respect the Artist. All right, RTA. So, y'all, to my new folks, send me a text, and I'm going to give you that number too. But you're going to send a text to my direct cell number. It is a community number. I'm so excited about it, but stay tuned. I'm going to give you that number in a second. So today's topic, you versus you. Artists, you already know what it is. Come on now. I'm just saying it's you versus you. And I'm going to share, this is something I'm leaning more into, and I'm so excited to start doing here. I'm going to share some of the stories and some of the messages that artists have sent me over the years, and of course, the ones that y'all are going to be sending me via the text number. So once again, stay tuned because I'm about to give you that number. But I'm going to share a message that a visual artist sent to me. And sometimes, a lot of times, when we disclose what we believe the problem is when it comes to our artistic ventures or our life or our relationships, when we are sharing what we believe the problem is, we're also sharing the solution. Oh yeah, you heard me right. We're actually sharing the solution also. Oh, what am I talking about? Electra, what are you saying? Let me sip my coffee and we'll get right into it. Woo. Now this is a good microphone. I think you probably heard me sip. Here we go. So this artist, we're going to call this artist, I don't know. You can make up a name. Maybe it's you, maybe you can relate to what this artist is sharing. So you go ahead and make up a name of what the artist's name is. So this artist says, I honestly feel like my biggest struggles are simply me. What I mean by that is I have so many ideas and I want to post more art and I just don't. I'm always researching the best times to post or what's trendy, but I don't create and post as much as I should. Quick plug here, y'all. She's talking about Instagram, okay, specifically. All right, back to her letter. Let me see where I left off. Okay. I think a lot of that stems from my lack of confidence and also trying to figure out who my targeted audiences are and being in my head a lot. I think also, oh, that's a typo that she has. Wait, I think also allow. Okay. Let me see what she's trying to say. Okay, hold on. We got a little typo going on, a little grammatical error. Let me see what she's trying to say. She says, I think also allow the numbers to play a factor to my post. Okay, I think she's also allowing the numbers to play a factor to posting and just making time for her art. Continuing, now that we got through that, I feel like I want my art to be seen and widely known, but I'm more so fixated on the outcome instead of the actual journey, and I'm not consistent enough with posting or even creating. I know I have a talent. I'm just not sure on how to market it and make an honest living from it. So let me pause on that because there is just a little bit more. I did respond to her, and I thanked her for being very transparent and that I understand because I've been there before, right? So I get it. I asked her, what effect does everything that you shared have on your life as a whole? Her response was, because I'm in my head a lot or not as active as I want to be, I miss out on opportunities and stay complacent in one spot. Let me sip some coffee, y'all. Okay, continuing. I feel like if I was more disciplined and motivated, my art would be further along. This affects me because I'm not using my gifts, and I feel like I'm holding myself back. So let's stop right there. Of course, y'all can see that this episode is titled You versus You. And what did I say earlier? What did I say at the very beginning? Sometimes in the midst of us explaining the problem, we also have the solution. The very first word the very first sentence that this artist shared was, I honestly feel like my biggest struggles are simply me. Artists, I want y'all to catch that. And I want you to catch it with both hands and with a strong glove in both hands. Okay. You're wearing thick, strong gloves. So what I'm saying is I want you to receive this to the point that you can't unreceive it. There's no looking back. Look at it to the point where you can't unsee it anymore. Hear it to the point that you can't unhear it. It's a coffee sip. The biggest struggle, right, is your perception. We're going to go a level deeper. It is your perception. You'll hear me say this, and I put emphasis behind several points I will repeat, and I will put emphasis behind it because there aren't necessarily 20,000 rules of how you should live your life. It's adjusting your lens and it's adjusting your perception. Adjust your perception. Every time you believe that something in the external, right? We're going to categorize it as the external. And I'm going to let y'all figure that out where it fits for you. Outside of your body, outside of your physical space, outside of anything that's perceived as outside and external. If you believe that's going to help bring you something you don't already have, such as the peace within yourself, internal happiness, it's not going to happen. Nothing outside of you in itself, by itself, will bring you something you don't already have. I know it's such a mind bend from the way that we have been programmed, to be honest with you, the way we've been conditioned, and I say this with love because it's part of the human experience. I believe that part of our human experience is to understand what it's like to believe that we're separate from what we actually are, or from who we actually are, the essence of us. So how could we understand the idea of separation unless we actually believed in it? So with everything that artist disclosed, y'all, it's not a tip and a trick. Notice, it's not a tip and a trick that will fix her situation. She disclosed that her biggest struggle is her. And it's not necessarily, we'll go a level deeper, it's not necessarily her versus anything. Her versus her versus it. It's her perception. And she would have to look at her perception and ask, am I relying on the external world to bring me confidence, or bring me happiness, or bring me peace, or bring me bliss, or it ain't gonna bring you anything. And it's not about anything from the external, followers, money, attention. Those are wonderful experiences in our life, but it ain't everything, boo. It ain't everything. I can't tell you how many times I've experienced making money and still not having peace within. I cannot tell you how many artists I've met, how many stories y'all have heard about of people who have fame, have attention, have money, have homes, have cars, have amazing relationships, but they still lack the confidence, which is the knowing of the power that they got in them. Come on. And because they don't have that understanding, it's going to be an uphill battle, and it will be perceived as an uphill struggle if you do not realize that you have something that nothing can buy. Money cannot purchase your consciousness and well-being. Money can't, listen. Oh, y'all gonna get me started in this AM. It's the AM, y'all. It's the morning, and I'm sipping this coffee right now. At the end of the day, it is you versus you, but the deeper level is that there is no versus. There is no versus. Versus implies that there's a fight happening here. Versus implies that there's separation. This versus that. Me versus you. You versus it. It versus you. What? It implies separation. And I know that's deep for some of my first time listeners. I know it is, boo, but you got to go back and listen to the other episodes. You got to get on a binge. You got to dive deep with me here, because this is beyond art. It is beyond the practice of art, what we're talking about here. And to move forth in full-blown confidence and move forth in faith, true faith in yourself and your abilities, is to understand that you have the essence that is unbreakable, that cannot be duplicated, that cannot be replicated. You are your own answer. There is no you versus you. There isn't. When you open your eyes and you perceive, which way are you perceiving? Outside in or inside out? Start living your life that way. Correct perception is understanding that you are the observer. You have the all-knowing peace within yourself. And there's power in that peace. There's power in that stillness. You are not created to even experience. Let me rewind. You're not created to stay in any kind of struggle. It's a part of your experience for you to learn and grow from, but you are not rooted in struggle and uphill climbs and battles. That's why it never feels right. That's why it always feels sus. For those that understand or don't understand what I'm saying, that's suspect. It always feels suspect, right? So it always feels a little bit sus. You go through it, you've been through it, you're kind of like in a cycle with it, but it'll never seem right. Some feels a little odd about it. And I'm giving you the answer. It's your perception. Remember that all that you ever want to experience, you already have within you because you've experienced it before. Why would you want something that you've never had? Why would you want something you've never had? It's impossible. It's impossible to desire something that you don't already know about. And all of your desires are rooted in a feeling. It has no words. It has no quantity. It has nothing like that. It's a feeling that you've experienced before. And that's your essence, boo. So this artist, y'all know we dive deep here. This artist, of everything that she stated, she wants to, I want to create posts and I want to do this and I want to do that. It's rooted in her idea that she is separate from the experience that she desires. I know that's deep. I know it is, y'all. Y'all know this. These are the talks that, come on. These are the talks that we need to be having more talks about. So I want to know what your questions are. What are some areas that you feel like you got to enhance your confidence in? Some of y'all, I know you're scared to price your work. I know you are terrified to put a dollar amount on it. Maybe it's the price that you currently have and you still don't feel good about it. Maybe you need to drop the price down, but you want to hold firm to what you got. Maybe you're like this artist here who wants to blow up and be all over the place and be known and be famous. Or maybe it's a story of resilience that you want to share. Y'all go ahead and send me a text. Let me know what you think about this episode by starting off with your first text being the word art, A-R-T. So just send me the word art at 804 581 1152. Again, y'all, 804 581 1152. And of course, the link to send me a direct text will be in the description. It will be in the bio. It will be very accessible to you in the show notes, all of that good stuff. Y'all, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Just remember that RTA stands for what? Respect the artist, y'all, because that's what they finna do. They finna respect the artist, but they can only respect the artist when the artist respects themselves. Come on now. Snap, snap. And a sip of the coffee. Come on. Woo. That feels good. I love y'all so much. And please understand, it is you versus you. But the deeper aspect of that is that there is no versus. Y'all know we're going to dive even deeper in the next episode. I certainly look forward to receiving a message. I want y'all to understand that when I receive a message from you, I'm actually receiving it. Like it goes directly to me and you're saved as a contact in my phone. You know what I'm saying? So we keep it real. We keep it personal. Don't be shy. Let me know what you're experiencing. And also be open to sharing stories of success. Stories that will empower not only you when you share it, okay? Because when you're sharing, you're empowering yourself. You're multiplying your own personal power, right? So not only for you, but it will also inspire, uplift, and empower the next creative. I love y'all so much. Trust me. Like we've been riding for years. Like you and I, we have been riding for years. So we have a whole relationship. And I thank you for that personal connection. I look forward to getting your texts. Once again, the link is in the description, the bio, the notes, all that good stuff. But the number is 804 581 1152. I cannot wait to hear from y'all. Peace, peace from here to the far east. And RTA stands for, you already know, but I'm going to say it again. RTA stands for respect the artist.